What's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Thursday morning as we're rocking and rolling on through the work week and trying to find our way to the weekend. I got you an update on what is going to happen specifically for today, March 3rd, for your Thursday. We're going to continue to do these videos in the morning and really break down what's going to happen for that specific day until we, latch on to something really significant to talk to, which I feel like there isn't right now. But for now, this is a nice, I feel like, feel of what we're going to do here. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm getting over 1,000 views on each one of these morning views. So it just goes to show you that people consistently watch. And I really appreciate you guys who continue to really watch here and support me even during the slower periods of the weather. And it really means a lot. It really does, guys. So if you guys have not subscribed, definitely consider doing that. Like the video if you like it. Hit me up on social media. When it's slow, I like to have a little fun with everybody, interact with everybody. If you're not big on Twitter, hit me up on Facebook. So I definitely try to stay relatively active on there, even during the slow times. Make a few posts a day and have a little fun sometimes. So if you guys got anything I can pray about, please put it in the comments below. If it's unspoken, put that. It not only gives me an opportunity to pray over it, it gives others an opportunity to do so too. And I feel like it's a great way to glorify God. So that's what we're going to continue to do. So thank you all, like I said, for the amazing support, even during the slow periods, which we are right now. It's honestly, guys, if I'm being honest with you, it's been a nice breath of fresh air the last several days. Of course, the growth slows down massively. I was looking at how many subscribers I've gotten over the last several days, and it's basically levels out to hardly nothing. But, I'm cool with that. I really am. I know that there'll be growth on down the road, and, people still tune in, so I really appreciate it. So check it out. This is the satellite, what we're looking at as far as clouds. Of course, the sun hasn't came up for most of the country yet. For the eastern U.S. it has, but, the majority of the country, central, western U.S. has not. And you can tell in general what's going on. You see how the clouds are bowing up like this, and they shoot back down like that? Well, that is the ridge over the western and eastern U.S., and in general, you have ridging across the entire southern U.S. So therefore, that's why you had them very warm temperatures that showed up in the middle part of the country yesterday. We're going to be in the 80s in the southeast today. Beautiful, almost early summer type weather. But, you'll continue to get an aggressive setup up here where the northern stream is very active. And that's what's happening. You got all this energy flowing into the Pacific Northwest, shooting across the northern U.S. And you can continue to have areas of moisture, snow, rain, depending on how cold it is. And as you got this system that's exiting off the coast of the Northeast, that's delivered a little bit of interior northeast snow and even a little bit of rain snow mix in areas around Boston. So that's what's going on here. You got a little bit of clouds in the southern U.S., but in general, it's pretty cloud free. And you got some fog, I'm sure, in areas that'll burn off. But this is high temperatures for the eastern U.S. today. You can obviously tell the areas that are locked into winter, the cold air is all bottled up here. The interior northeast, the northeast in general is just going to be cold. It's just still going to be early March kind of weather. Heck, even a little bit below average temperatures for this region. And there's some Arctic air oozing into the north central U.S. It's going to be it's going to be downright cold up there. And then you're going to have the kind of the battleground of temperatures right here in the middle, in the Midwest and the Ohio Valley, but still chilly. You're pretty much missing out on the spring weather for these areas, but it'll get warm in these areas here in the coming days. And, I talked a little bit about that in yesterday evening's video, which I'll continue to do this evening. And we'll break down what's happening going forward because I think we're going to enter a much more aggressive pattern. But check out the southern U.S., the southeast, widespread 80s. I think we'll hit the mid-80s in areas of South Carolina, even the areas of North Carolina, even Georgia. Definitely into Florida, 70s. For all these states right here in the deep south and south central U.S. Beautiful springtime weather. And it isn't stormy either. So it's just going to be warm weather in general. The western U.S., nice weather also. You continue to be above average as a tall ridge is building over the western U.S. And, look at the desert southwest, very warm, starting to warm up there in the desert. But the valleys will stay warm. A little bit cooler, though, today for the Pacific Northwest as you'll continue to deal with a little bit of rain. As far as what's going on, as far as moisture, I think a little bit later, you're going to have probably some snow showers continues for areas in the Midwest, and they'll try to leak into the western areas, the Ohio Valley, like Illinois, places like that. So a little bit of a streamer band of moisture shooting through Illinois, Indiana, maybe some snow flurries in this area. This system will continue to move on off and hit areas like Nova Scotia, places like that. And then we'll continue to get into this afternoon and evening. And then another system will start to set up and move into the areas of the upper Midwest, the north central U.S. here. But it's just basically a repeat of what's been going on the last several days for this region, really. Nothing too crazy. As far as the western U.S., you still have that active pattern where you have almost kind of an atmospheric river, but you got basically moisture shooting around this high pressure up here, and this will continue. This will actually bring some rain for areas of the coastal areas, especially the southern coastal areas of California. Some basically high elevation snow, but it looks like the rain kind of turns off for areas of Washington. You'll have some, it'll stay cloudy, it'll be rain showers, but nothing too crazy for this area. It actually is probably will be the calmest day of the work week so far this week. So nothing too crazy this evening, but do expect some showers, maybe even some storms for areas of the southern coast of California. Just really anybody in general could see it. As far as temperatures compared to average, you will be well above average in the Carolinas, especially even areas of Georgia. In fact, it might be some record-breaking heat. The National Weather Service forecast high here in Columbia, South Carolina, which is where I live, is 84 degrees, but it could, I don't even know what the record high is today. I'm sure it's probably 86, 87 degrees, but we're going to flirt with record highs in this area of the Southeast today, in the Carolinas. We really are, and it's going to be very hot, very warm for areas of the South Central U.S. and even Midwest in general. But you see what that boundary is. You go from above average temperatures to below average temperatures within a 100 to 200 mile span. So there is a stout gradient as far as temperatures right across this area of the U.S. The Ohio Valley will be locked into winter. But then you go into the Mid-South and the Deep South, you get into almost early summer type kind of weather. But the Northeast will be cold compared to average, and then and I want to keep saying the Pacific Northwest, but the Western U.S. in general stays warmer than average. But you're starting to see some of that Arctic air ooze into the lower 48. I will mention that 15% risk for Iowa and Missouri. It's even including areas, very small area of Illinois and southwest Wisconsin. You've been upgraded to it's technically called an upgrade, but you now have a slight risk. Like I said, I don't think this is going to be a big deal. We'll get a little bit more detailed on this evening for you folks in Iowa, but I think it's going to be really a damaging wind threat with an isolated tornado threat. But we'll flip on through the day 4 to day 8 range. We'll try to stop this at day 4. We're going to continue to watch this range too. We're going to talk a little bit deeper about this 15% risk. This is for your Sunday into Monday morning, and I'm going to be interested to see if you get any kind of 15% chance kind of issued. I'm getting tongue twisted here for maybe middle of next week. I know the European yesterday kind of had a scary look for areas of the Deep South as we're getting into next week. So we'll continue to watch this. When the jet begins to buckle and you start to get shortwave troughs that shoot across the middle of the country, and then you get a warm sector that builds out the Gulf of Mexico, you got to start to watch out for severe weather. It happens every spring. It's the changing of the seasons, and it's just what we deal with here. But that's all I got, guys. Beautiful, honestly, overall, for most of the country, besides people who are still locked in those nasty winter temperatures. Overall, it's a nice day for a large chunk of the country. But that's all I got. Thank you all for tuning in. God bless everybody. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to y'all this evening.